Heed my words. I am Melania, Blade of Mikola. And I have never known defeat.
Good evening, everybody, and as the intro suggested, this episode is going to be going back to 2022's Game of the Year, Elden Ring. And specifically, what I have today is the Lands Between Elden Ring Books of Knowledge Volume 1 Strategy Guide. Now, I just recently got this. I haven't got a chance to look inside. It still has the nice, strong new book smell to it. But this book apparently came out in July 2022, and they have a second volume coming out in March 2023. So I'm going to be getting that book right when it comes out. Now, Future Press is the publisher of these books, and I'm going to show the website right now so you guys can take a look. But they do other strategy guides. I actually never had heard of them until I stumbled across this strategy guide. But I hesitate even calling this a book or strategy guide because this is more like a tome. I played and beat Elden Ring last year. It was definitely my game of the year. I'm a big fan of open world role-playing games, with some of my favorites being Dragon Age Inquisition, Skyrim, Witcher 3, all the Final Fantasy games, Red Dead Redemption 2, etc., etc. But the real reason I got this book is not to really help me with the game. I got this, as the channel always suggests, as a collector piece. What we're going to do today is we're going to just take a look at it and give you guys a little peek on the inside. And if you're interested in buying the book for whatever purpose, hopefully this helps you. All right, so let's take a look. Now, first thing, when we hold the book, you could feel the quality here. It's pretty heavy. The book is only $49, which compared to some other books that I've gotten is a lot cheaper. Like I mentioned in the intro, it's over 500 pages. It's just really nice, and this is going to look good on the bookshelf. If you're a big fan of Elden Ring, like myself and countless others, I think this is just going to be a nice thing to have, whether you use it as a strategy guide or not. Now we got a nice picture of Ronnie on the cover. That is actually the ending that I got for my one playthrough. So let's open it up and take a look. And okay, here we go. So first thing I'm seeing is a map, it looks like. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. So this is just like a giant map. I'm going to switch the view real quick. Okay, I just started re-recording just so I could open this up. But what it is like one big map, including all the underground areas over here. The one side has nothing on it, whereas the other side has a lot of things on it. And if you guys were playing the game and doing a little Googling, this is very similar to what you'll find online when you're trying to find locations throughout the world. So I'm not going to spend a ton of time on the map, but if you look over here, it does have points of interest and a lot of details for each main area of the map. So there's that. All right, so getting back to the book without the map, what we're going to do now is we're just going to just quickly glance through everything. We're not going to go through the whole 500-page book, but I really just want to take a look, share it with you guys. So if this is something that interests you, you might end up getting the book as well. So first thing, we love the artwork here, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of pictures of the weapons and things like that throughout the book. Now going into the second page, we'll spend a little time here because it goes through the table of contents. So
It looks like it's going to be very strategy guide-esque right here. So there's a system guide for how to play the game, a world guide, I'm assuming to interact with the world, dungeon guide, which we all know, quests, and then world history. And if you've watched any of my other videos about books, the biggest thing that always excites me is the lore. So this little section right here, though it doesn't look like it's going to be very long, I'm very intrigued about. So we'll just skim through, I mean, saving, loading, quitting. This is all going to be basic stuff, picking your character. But even like picking your character, you know, it's just nice to read through. We have all these characters. We make these decisions at the beginning of the game. You know, each role and class, though, ultimately it doesn't really matter as you progress the game, is kind of neat. So I'm going to just start to skim through some stuff. And just take a look, anything that catches my eye. Oh, check this out. Spoiler alert. This is the flow chart of how you get every ending. So, you know, you could watch YouTube videos and find out these endings and know the main quests that you need to do. But just this flow chart alone is pretty cool, showing how it gets you to every ending. So, like, for example, I'm really excited to look at that. All right, we'll skim through further. You know, the maps, all the locations. It's going to be interesting looking through this guide and just seeing how much stuff you missed. I think I did a pretty thorough first playthrough, but I'm sure I missed tons of stuff. Like, here's some maps of the dungeons, which some of them were a nightmare. So pretty cool. See right here, we have a nice bookmark. Okay, so like any classic tome, you can save your page. Nice little touch. And we're not going to go through all this a lot. Little overviews of every section. So this is like an underworld overview with the three main sections of the game. And as we go through this, I'm sure there is going to be a nice narrative component as well as a visual component. A lot different than looking up an article or something online to get an answer to something. Here's a section on Melina, our girl Melina. Oh, Bach. I wish I made a couple different decisions with Bach. White Mask, you SOB. Skimming through Ronnie. This is where I was most loyal. Blyde. Sorcerer Salina Roderica with us to the end. Brother Corin. Muriel, the man. Or should I say the turtle. So in this section, a lot of detailed overview of each one of our NPCs, which there was a lot of. And then as we approach the end of the book, this is what I talked about in the beginning, world history. So it says that it gives you a little bit of a backdrop of what was going on before the start of the game. You know, and if you were like me, at the beginning of the game, it's like hard to know like what the heck is going on. So as you progress the game and toward the end, you have a much better concept of what was happening. But I'm sure this is going to fill in a lot of gaps, and this would probably be something that's very helpful for you to start the game. So like the primordial lands, I had no idea what that was. And it looks really cool because this says visitors from beyond, and then it shows you each item, the description that is related to that part of the world history. So I'm very excited to read that, because as you play Elden Ring, a lot of time in these games we don't really read the descriptions of swords you get or armor you get, but in Elden Ring this is very crucial. So you kind of pick up on that throughout the game, but like I personally didn't go back and read every description of all these weapons I got over the course of like 70 hours of the game. Here and there I did, but I didn't go through all of them. So this kind of compartmentalizes each one of those groups of items to tell the story and give the background. The shattering, we all know this from the intro video. So very, very cool. So a short world history, but I'm sure it's going to be informative. And then an index. With a nice picture of the Elden Ring on the back.
All right. Very cool. That was a sneak peek of the book. My initial impressions are that I think I'm going to love it. The book is just beautiful on the inside. You guys saw it. I'm really excited for Volume 2 too. I'll get that next month. In looking through it and what Volume 2's description says, it's going to go through a lot more of the bosses, of the monsters, and things like that. So that is missing from this book. So that's why they made a Volume 2. So really pumped to get that one too. Consider subscribing to my channel if you want to see video number 2 or any other videos related to hobbies or collectibles. And until next time, keep on collecting, keep on having fun, and have a great day. Thank you.